Bendiciones. I'm here at the bay. It's kind of um a little cloudy, a little blue. It's been rainy the past couple of days, so today's the first day that it's kind of cleared up. Nice, nice enough to go out. And so I'm just sitting here by the park at the bay, and I before um we came here, I was seeing how the bridge collapsed in Maryland. I think it was in Maryland. And it's so crazy um, how much of these trans ways of transportation, trains, bridges, like they're collapsing. They're trying to cut off, ways that connect, you know, different communities, and it's like a slow and steady, that they are doing this. And people, or like around the world, like they say, oh, they to be more sustainable and to not you know travel so much to get your food, to try to buy locally, find people around you that sell the meat or vegetables, to try to buy everything local. And it's you know hard for some places that are like in the city to do this. um I where I'm at, I can drive in a little bit and get to a couple of farms, like for eggs and meat, and if I wanted. And I think there was like even a dairy farm that sells raw milk, pretty close by. Oh man, this guy's drinking a coffee. And I'm trying to like, I want to start today with the just eating raw food and then transition into like a juice fast. And I am addicted. Well, you know what? I don't want to like affirm it, but I like the smell of coffee. I don't know, something about it just turns me on. I like it. And when I go to like the store and they have it like by the machine where you can grind it up, I'm just like, I want it. Or a coffee shop, or if I see somebody drinking it. And I've been drinking coffee since I was like a little kid. Like I would get coffee. Um, I was raised with my grandparents, and it was just common, like for little kids to drink coffee. Like then later they said, "Oh, don't give coffee to kids because it could stun their growth." But I don't know. I was always really tall, so I don't think that applied. I don't think that that's true. So, because even my daughter, her friend, he's really young and he drinks coffee. They said he has ADHD or something, autistic. A lot of kids nowadays they have that. I've noticed like a lot of her friends have these different labels that they've labeled them. But he apparently they say to drink coffee for that, and for headaches. Like they just people say drink for a lot of things, but for ADHD or I think those are the letters, the attention deficit, um, or autism or something, to drink coffee for that. And so he started drinking coffee at a pretty young age, and he's tall. He's young. He's like, I think he's like 15 or 16, and he's already over 6'2". He's like 6'3". He's a tall kid. And so coffee didn't do anything for him either. But I have this. thing. Like, and I just saw this guy walk by with coffee, and the first thing I'm thinking is like, I want to go get a coffee. But I had already promised like that I'm gonna do this uh, juice fast. But before I do the juice fast, since it releases like a lot of toxins and things in your body, it's better to uh, slowly transition into that. So that's why I was gonna start first with the eating raw food first to try to do like a little cleansing, something, something like that. Anyways, um, so people are saying to buy locally, and you see like Bill Gates is buying all these farmlands, and they're saying like, oh well, it's to be more sustainable. Like we need to do this because it's for the planet, but their actions don't match. Like that's like a lot of times you have to look like if you have like an abusive boyfriend that's like, oh I love you, but then he's like really abusive and mean towards you, or girlfriend, whatever. Then you see like your actions speak louder than words. We all have heard that. The actions are what is what we have to look at. And so if it's like for sustainability that they're doing all of these things, you have to think like, okay, well, does it really make sense? Like we went on this they have these tour things, the things that you could tour like different cities. I think they have them like in Austin, Texas, and in Florida. They have one here in San Diego where I'm at, and it was like those little tour trolley things that go around San Diego and show you all the tourist spots. And I have never ridden it, but they had like a thing where you could ride it for free if you're like if you live here. And so I signed up for it because like I always see it everywhere, and I was just curious. Like I was wondering like, well, where does it go? What does it show? And so it was pretty fun, to go see um different like things that they talk about. How I thought it was funny at first how they started, because it started in Old Town San Diego, and then they talk about how they say that they the Spanish that supposedly discovered here what they named, the um, the Catholic priest or whatever. But there was already people here, and it was already discovered, supposedly discovered before by some other Spaniard. I don't know. It just went on through the history. But anyways, we went to by the dock where they bring in like the ships, where they bring in shipments of food, and there was like all kinds of shipments, and it's like that can't be good for the environment. All of this like boats and uh, aircraft and trucks, like the trucks that go from like um, I don't know what's in the middle, like Ohio or Idaho or wherever, and then like you just always on the highway, you see the big semi trucks coming, and that can't be good for the environment. So the best thing would be local. Like, so why don't they focus on that, on having things local, like helping the local farmer, giving the local farmer, instead of like giving the bankers, the banksters, all of these um, cutbacks and you know money and help. Why don't they do that for the farmers? And so they could help the people locally to, to be able to um, get all their food locally. And plus, it's healthier for people to have it instead of like it's grown somewhere else and then it just comes here and they have to like, do put chemicals on it to like stop the process of it, from going bad. And so like I saw all the shipments, and then there was like a dole truck, like a dole ship. It was yellow, like a yellow dole ship. And the guy was like, oh yeah, that dole ship comes back and forth like um every single day. It comes with like full of pineapples and bananas, no, full of bananas. And I was like, oh man, that can't be like, that can't be good for the environment, like sustainable. So it doesn't match up like what they're saying, that all of these things, all of these changes that they're making, because they have to make these things that are sustainable for the earth. You know, it's better for the earth. There's so many other things that we could be doing that are better for the earth, that are easier, and they make sense. You know, it doesn't make sense if they're saying, like, oh, it's better for the earth for everyone to eat this lab created meat. I feel like there's other options besides that, like local, buying local, number one option. And, you know, it's pretty expensive. You go to the farmer's market, it's pretty expensive to get stuff there. And so we usually, like, don't do, like, I don't buy a lot of, like, um, fancy name brand stuff because it's expensive to buy organic, non-GMO foods. And I would rather, instead of spending like thousands of dollars on a bag, on a purse, or what, on a wallet or whatever, um, I would rather it go for and buy junk food, you know, like crap food. I would rather buy better quality food and um, just plain old like cotton, non-name brand clothes. Anyway,